Okay, and welcome to part 2 of my 100 Years War Strategy Guide for England. And it looks like France are going to drop 3,000 troops there, which is going to be great for us, because we can wipe out 3,000 men in one go. But they seem to have changed their mind and not told this army they're going to arrive in the middle of the water somewhere. But either way, we're going to take advantage of it. We're going to wipe out that army. So we wiped out 4,000 troops and suffered hardly any casualties of our own. We'll move them back to England, and hopefully the French are stupid enough to do that again. They've lifted the siege of Normandy for some reason, which I'm not sure why. Their behaviour at this point is quite unusual. I don't think I've seen them do this. We moved an army into Normandy, that's going to attract some attention straight away. So we don't want to do that yet. We want to grind down the French. If we take a look at their armies now, they're down to about 15,000 men in reserve. I'm going to speed this up because not much is happening, at least till some of these sieges are over. Then we'll see where they go from there. Actually, we might get another chance to scorch the earth here, so we're going to have these guys ready to go. As soon as the French start marching, we're going to land them in Normandy. So are they coming up to Normandy? No, they're staying in Gascony and taking 5% attrition with no help from me. The Lollard Heresy event. This is an interesting event because you've got two choices: lose stability, a bit of money, and get much higher revolt risk, or lose stability and everyone gets a bad opinion of you. We're going to take the revolt risk because the 100 Years War isn't just a matter of winning the war, we also have to win the peace with France, which means they have to like us so we can continue our personal union. So we're going to take the revolt risk and lose the stability. We really don't want to lose that stability at this point. But if the French are putting 40,000 men in one province, they're doing a lot of the work for us anyway. And hopefully we can boost our stability soon. So we just want this siege to be over and done with. And a random event to gain 1 stability. That's exactly what we needed. And we can reduce war exhaustion now as well. We're going to do that straight away. So the siege of Gascony is over. We'll slow it down a bit again. Gonna move these guys to Normandy, and we're gonna scorch the earth there. And that will give them more attrition. The bit of luck, they'll move their entire army in. So I've got... no, they moved them out. Got 10,000 in there now. Only taking 1% attrition. Not sure where the rest of their armies went. They're going to land more men in Calais. That's much better. 10.5% attrition. France has only got 5,000 men in reserve now, which is fantastic. We're well on our way. As soon as their fleet moves off, there they go. And we just wiped out another 4,000 and only suffered 350 casualties ourselves. And we'll move them back to Kent. So they will be on 0 manpower pretty soon. And that will be the time to bring in Portugal. See their army getting smaller now every month. They're not replenishing very fast. So now when we take a look at Ledger, they've only got 1,000 men left. And I'm going to call in Portugal. Because if the war score is worse than -25, they probably won't join, and it could get there after they take Normandy. So now's the time to bring in Portugal. And any troops they lose now, they're not getting back for another 10 years. So now we start to press the war against France. Looks like Portugal's moving into maybe Labourd or Gascony, and I'm going to send my troops there to help them. Not entirely sure where Portugal is going. I'm not sure why they would do that. I'm not sure why the French aren't attacking them. Would they attack me if I put troops here, I wonder? Actually, let's land somewhere safe and try. So they're attacking a French army there. So this Hunter-Seeker army won't actually attack us now because they've got low manpower. So what we're going to do is we're going to win back Normandy. Actually, we're going to wait and see where they're sending new troops. I don't care where they take them, because they're going to be isolated geographically. They've disappeared, which means they're probably going right around Scotland. So, move these into Normandy quickly. Via Brittany. We have a small army there, hopefully we can take on. And we're winning this battle quite comfortably. So, they lost 8,000 men there, and we lost maybe 2,000. So I'm actually going to chase these down, while their other armies occupied down here. Hopefully we can wipe out this army entirely. That's one down. Oh, they're going down here. I'll arrive on the 10th of September, we'll arrive on the 13th. Can we sue for peace with them yet? No. I don't want to get into a fight like that, so I'll just send them back to Normandy. A Basque revolt in Laborde. If we let the Basques revolt, I think they're going to be against the French as well, so I'm going to let them revolt. And they're fighting the French, which is great. Even if the French win, they'll still lose because they're losing manpower they desperately need. Now that they're so weak, it's time to press home a little bit. We're going to move this army, and we're... Ooh, actually. No, we'll move them in here. We want to attack this French army. You can see they've only got 7,000 and they're not reinforcing. And we'll move this army over to KU. So basically at the moment France has no manpower left. So everyone we kill, they're not replacing. And they've attacked us here where they've got a -1 for a river crossing. And we're beating them. Now I'm not sure where everyone's going. Hopefully I can wipe out a few armies here. So wiped out one. There's another French one here. And Portugal is going to be helping us out a lot here. We're going to ignore that revolt for now. Hopefully it won't get too far before the war's over. Province still has men. And that is still a problem for us. Just wondering what their price is for peace. They're not interested in us revoking cause. They want us to release nations and concede defeat. I don't want to release any nations, so I'm just going to pull this army back to Gascony and siege in there for now. See here, Auvergne and France have started attacking, so I'm going to attach a siege here and make sure we put down that army. Unhappiness among the clergy. We will take prestige for now. So that's another army wiped out right there. So France is on the back foot now. Four nationalists. This army is attacking Portugal. They will arrive on the 20th of February. So on the 19th of February we're going to detach a siege here and support them. They've got a river crossing penalty. And that's the provincial army dealt with. For the most part. They've probably got reserves, I'm not sure. But I'm not going to split up my troops. They're still not ready for peace. Their war exhaustion is very high, so hopefully they will soon. We're going to win back our English provinces, then we're going to start going for the French ones. Armagnac and France have another army in there, so we're going to help them out again. Hopefully destroy another army. And that's another army wiped out. If we look at the ledger right now, so they've still got 9,000 men somewhere, and none in reserve. So they're not dead yet. But we are going to grind them down. I won the Battle of the Channel that I didn't know I was fighting. And that's their entire navy gone. These guys are going to arrive on the 17th of June. The AI can only work out 1 day in advance, so if we go on the 16th, they generally don't react. And I'm hoping they're going to get a river crossing penalty there as well. And hopefully our men last long enough. These guys are suicidal. I'm not going to bother hunting down their armies yet because I can't afford the manpower that's necessary to. You lose a lot of attrition chasing them everywhere. We're just going to take this slowly. France are ready to offer us a white peace, and we're not going to take that. Hopefully Provence is as well. They're not ready for a white peace. They're not ready to for us to concede defeat. So my strategy from here is we're going to siege back the English provinces, and then we're going to start taking down the French ones, and it's just going to be a slow grind, and hopefully our manpower will outlast the French. and eventually we'll make a peace. And I'm not going to show you all that because it's quite long and tedious. So for part 3, I'll show you how to win the peace with France, how to sustain your personal union. Alright, see you next time.